No, you're gonna have to push me harder. Good evening, and welcome to another edition of Disaster Mind. I am your host, Magnum Magnumson, and today's contestant comes to us all the way from the Midlands. Please introduce yourself.
Hello, Magnum. Hello, the internet. It's your boy, SmithLockwood!
And I'm from the Midlands. Yes, I said you were from the Midlands.
Oh yeah, sorry. Not the best start, eh?
Marvellous. Now, for those of you at home who don't know how Disaster Mind works, it's very simple, very simple. Our contestant will be faced with 5 rounds worth of questions sent in by you, the viewers, and if he gets any of those questions incorrect, he will be set upon by a wild, ravenous pack of wolves. They haven't been fed in 3.5 weeks. Oh, I do love television these days. Are you ready to continue with Disaster Mind?
I'm so ready.
Spectacular. Then we will crack on with round 1. Round 1 is called YouTube, and the first question comes from Jordan. What inspired you to make a vlog channel?
I've just always loved entertaining, and obviously I started doing the YouTube channel with a couple of my friends, the Procrastinauts, and I really enjoyed that, but found it difficult to kind of juggle meeting up and arranging things with 4 of us. So I thought this is something that I can do on my own and take full control of, and I kind of needed that in my life, I think, and that's how the vlog channel came about.
Sean Hughes asks, how are you finding your YouTube adventures so far, and what things are in the SmithLockwood pipeline?
I'm having a really great time. I didn't really know how it was going to go down. I didn't know if it was going to pick up, if people were going to enjoy it or not. So the fact that so many people seem to be enjoying it is making me really happy, and I'm having a really great time too. As for what's in the pipeline, I've got some collaborations coming up, some music, more rants, thinking about sharing some of my writing and my poetry and that kind of thing. And just generally, you know, documenting what I get up to and the fun that I have, so we'll see what happens.
Poppy Knock from Facebook asks, out of the Frolicking in Florida vlog series, which was your favourite to edit?
That's a really good question. I think they're all very different. The first one was much more taken in America, and I even did the introduction in America, so that was quite an experience. The second one, obviously, I got to collaborate with Rich, and that was a lot of good fun. And then the third one was pretty much all on my own, doing some stupid storytelling. I think the third one was a lot of fun, but probably have to go with the second one. Getting to collaborate with Rich was a lot of fun.
I see. Lisa Wright asks, if you had to choose, would you prefer to be full-time in the band or a full-time vlogger?
I'm going to have to give a bit of a fence-sitter answer to this one, because the truth is, the reason I set up this kind of YouTube channel was because I thought it went hand in hand with the band, in that if the band became full-time, so could the YouTube channel, because I get to do like a behind the scenes, and I get to film the stuff I get up to with the guys in the band, with the people that I meet on the road, and any of my friends. So really I'd like them both to be full-time. I'd like them to come together, because I think what's so good about it is that in the band I get to give to people in one way, and then in the YouTube channel I get to give to people in the other way, and that's something that really appeals to me.
That's a very interesting answer, thank you for that. And speaking of giving to the viewers, I believe there is a t-shirt giveaway as part of this show today. Would you care to explain?
Yeah, of course. So the viewers have been sending me questions, thank you very much for that. And the person who sends me the best question, my favourite question, will win a free t-shirt.
Yes, what you are actually referring to is the SmithLockwood Since Day One t-shirt, and the viewer who has sent in his favourite question will win that t-shirt for free, and you'll hear this sound before your question if you're the winner. A lovely sound. Now it seems that some of your viewers have been actually getting a little bit worked up about winning the free t-shirt. In fact, at Izzy Has Issues on Twitter sent in these questions. Did you know that I'll do anything to get this t-shirt? Is it fair that my mind has gone blank now?
I guess not.
How many pointless questions will it take for me to win?
I don't think that's how it works.
You feel me?
I feel ya.
Is it true that Izzy's your #1 fan? Doesn't Izzy deserve a t-shirt?
I mean, it's not about deserving a t-shirt. I would love to give everybody a free t-shirt, but it has to be my favourite question. That's what we discussed and agreed.
Oh, he's heartless. He's heartless, ladies and gentlemen. Don't you think he's heartless? I think you should give the girl a t-shirt. Oh, goodness me.
I'll think about it. I'll think about it, Izzy.
I think we should bring this t-shirt talk to a close, but before we do have a question from Facebook from Christina Papapadapapap. Christina Christina has asked, are you going to have all the stuff on sale? By that I think she means the SmithLockwood merchandise.
Okay, Christina, or anybody else who's interested in the SmithLockwood merchandise, it's now a reality. You can pick up your own merchandise from my very own merch store. It's flashing on the screen now, that's where you've got to go. It's also in the description if you want to find out the details, if you want to pick up some of my beautiful merch like the t-shirts, the badges, the gearing or the wristbands. Please do go and check it out.
Oh, that is excellent. I think the viewers at home will be happy to know that they can pick up the SmithLockwood merchandise at the end of this video. Incredible, incredible. Right, the last question of this round. Where does the Lockwood come from in your name? That's from Teresa, Vicky and Cobain.
Okay, well, this story goes back a bit, but when I was at university I was also working at Game Station, and the group of us that worked there became really, really good friends. And a lot of us played Xbox, and you can get achievement points for if you complete certain tasks within the games. And we decided to do a Xbox achievement whoring competition, which basically meant within a month's period we had to see who could gain the most additional points on their achievements, and that person would win a prize. I can't remember what the prize was, but anyway, we all went hunting for these games that had easy achievement points. Every game has 1,000, and we were trying to find some of the easier ones that would only take maybe a couple of hours gameplay to unlock all 1,000 points. And one of those games was Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. Now, none of us had seen the film, and when we were playing it, there's one of the characters called Lockwood who gets referred to by the police officer as Lockwood, and it kind of became a little thing at work and everyone got nicknames. So we had like Mike Lockwood and Sky Lockwood and all these different things, all the people that work there. And mine was SmithLockwood, and everyone else's name sort of died out, but mine kind of stuck around, and I quite liked it. And actually, when the band first started out, the manager at Game Station, who was kind of working with us at the time to sort of develop the music and that sort of thing, decided it might be a good idea to try and set up a small record label and try and get some bands who were at our level to kind of record their music and release it on that label. And if you look on the back of our very, very first release, in the very bottom corner there is a little symbol of a microphone and the word Lockwood, because we were going to use the term Lockwood as our little record label kind of grouping of bands. That never saw the light of day, but the name SmithLockwood kind of stuck with me, and that's why I still use it now.
Well, that is the end of round one. Can we see the scores, please? Now on to round two, which is the music round. Now, SmithLockwood, I believe you are in a band. Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, so for those of you that don't know, I'm in a band called Speaking in Shadows. I'm the lead singer, and we're kind of an alternative rock outfit. We've been going for a good few years now, and you should check us out.
Sounds ghastly. Moving on to the questions. Who or what inspired you to get into music, says Lucy.
I don't really know if there was one particular thing that kind of got me into music. When I was younger, I used to sing in the school choir, and I loved all that stuff. I loved performing on stage and that kind of thing. And as I grew up, I grew apart from music a little bit, and then once I got to secondary school, started to pick it back up again. I got introduced to rock music. I never really heard that before. Things like Guns N' Roses, Linkin Park, the Rasmus at the time, those kinds of things. I just thought they were really interesting and a completely different sort of area to pop music, and something that actually kind of resonated with me. So started listening to it more and started to play the drums. Joined my first band where I was the drummer and the singer, and it just kind of went from there. I've been in bands since I'm 13 years old, and yeah, I haven't really looked back. I just love music. There's no better way to express the way you feel or your frustrations or your happiness than through music. I just think it's wonderful. So lots of people inspire me with music. All the musicians I hear, people I meet on the road, people that love music as much as I do, it's all inspiring. So it's a nice big circle of inspiration. You go and see bands, they inspire you, people come to see you and they inspire you to continue. So yeah, it's good, it's nice, it's a really wonderful world.
Tom Woods wants to know where on tour you had the best food.
I do love touring for food. Manchester always stands out to me as the best place for food. There just seems to be a little bit of everything everywhere. You can get a burritos, you can get an Archie's burger, you can get crazy milkshakes, noodle bars, or you can eat restaurants, whatever you want really. It's just a really good city for food. There seems to be a lot of food everywhere. Also, if it counts, when we went on tour into mainland Europe, I really enjoyed the food we had in Berlin. It was awesome. I had a hamburger in Hamburg as well. That was really nice.
Jess Allen wonders, which is the best to perform live? The Lies Would Lead or the Anchor?
It's a tough one, because Technicolor Trainwreck and Breaking Silence are on the lines we lead, and they are two of my absolute favourites to play live. But I think as an overall release, the Anchor's got a bit more behind it, a bit more oomph. Got Capsize, Scatter, and they're just like, you know, mainstays, I think. And then you've got the rockier Figure of 80 and Grit and Bite. They're awesome. And I don't actually really enjoy playing Easy For You live as much. I think it's a good recorded track. I'm just not sure it's got the right vibe for live, but that's, you know, 5 out of 6 isn't bad.
A very interesting question from Natalie Gibson. Any tips or tricks for stage fright and nerves?
I think if I could answer that question, I would be rich and famous, and I would not have to spend my time on daytime quiz shows like Disaster Mind. But I digress. Yes, actually, I do have some tips. You kind of have to push yourself beyond that limit, beyond that kind of threshold of nerves and worry, because everyone has nerves. I don't care how confident people appear. People always tell me I seem really confident, but I get so nervous before I go on stage, and I just have to force myself to get on the stage. I have to force myself to overcome that, because the second you do, your body kind of kicks in and looks after you, and then you relax and you enjoy it and you love every second. So if you love singing, if you love performing, whatever your art is, don't let the nerves stop you from just loving it and living it and doing the thing that you love, because it's the worst reason not to do it. It's the worst reason not to do it. If you're stopping yourself, if no one else is stopping you and you're the only thing that's stopping you from doing it, then just go and do it and you'll love it. And the more you do it, the easier it gets. And that's true. I mean, I still do get nervous, but it's not anywhere near as bad as it used to be.
I'm going to go over to Twitter now, and @Robin_Ludlow would like to know if you could tour with any musician, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
I don't really know how to answer this question, because I'm in different mindsets. I mean, part of me would love to go on tour with Linkin Park because it would be an incredible experience, and they have such a worldwide fan base, so I get to see such incredible places and play such amazing venues in front of more people than I can ever even possibly imagine. But on the other hand, like the Rolling Stones apparently have, or had, crazy tours, you know, sort of really, really rock and roll, so maybe that would be good fun. I don't know really.
@Albert1993 on Twitter asks, would you rather listen to Nickelback or read the iTunes T's and C's every day for the rest of your life?
You can't win, can you? Nickelback. Just.
And the final question of the round, who is your favourite Sketchley?
Oh, okay. I see your game. You're trying to make me pick between our old drummer Grant Sketchley and our current guitarist Lewis Sketchley. But I'm not going to pick. I'm actually going to pick their parents, who definitely come as a one. You know, they're a unit, they're a family, they're a togetherness. So I pick Linda and Craig Sketchley for bringing those beautiful boys into the world. And speaking of the Sketchleys, my next video will actually be a cover of a song with the help of Lewis Sketchley on guitar. So if you like music and you want to check out some music, come back for the next video.
That's the end of round 2, and we still haven't heard this sound. Which means it's all still to play for, viewers. Well, that's the end of that round, and I'm afraid the end of part 1 of Disaster Mind. I have been your host, Magnum Magnusson. He has been your contestant, SmithLockwood. If you've enjoyed part 1, please do come back for part 2. It will be here on Saturday, where you will hear the answer to all of the remaining questions. But until then, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment letting SmithLockwood know what you'd like to see in the future. I've been your host, Magnum Magnusson. This is Disaster Mind. Bit fast. I've overspun. Spin again? Can we spin again? No?